Hello and welcome. My name is Alan, and today we are doing more of the notable people from this area. We will actually be doing 5 towns today, since they're small towns. The first one we will be doing is Norton, Virginia, and there's only 2 people from Norton, Virginia. The first is Doc Boggs. Morin Lee Doc Boggs, who was an American old-time singer, songwriter, and banjo player. And his style of banjo playing as well as singing is considered a unique combination of Appalachian folk music and African American blues. So Doc Boggs. The other person from Norton is Vernon Crawford Jack Cook. He was a bluegrass music vocalist and instrumentalist, known for playing the guitar and bass with artists such as Bill Monroe and Ralph Stanley and the Clinch Mountain Boys. He was one of 9 siblings and was a native of Norton, Virginia. Vernon Crawford Jack Cook. Next town we're going to look at is Mountain City, Tennessee. There are 5 people we're going to look at from Mountain City. The first is Clarence Ashley. He was an American musician and singer who played the clawhammer banjo and the guitar. He began performing at medicine shows in the southern Appalachian region as early as 1911 and gained initial fame during the late 1920s as both a solo recording artist and as a member of a group. So yeah, Clarence Ashley. Next person we're going to look at is Roderick R. Butler. He was an American politician who represented Tennessee's 1st District in the United States House of Representatives from 1867 to 1875, and again from 1887 to 1889. He also served several terms in the Tennessee State Legislature. So, Roderick Butler. Next person we're going to look at is Dave Loggins, who is an American singer, songwriter, and musician best known for the song Please Come to Boston. Dave Loggins. Next person we're going to look at is Jeff Reynolds. He is an American college basketball coach and is an assistant basketball coach under Bill Kennedy at Texas A&M. Reynolds served as the head men's basketball coach at North Carolina Wesleyan College, Wingate College, and I'm not sure where else because it kind of fades off after that. Clyde Mitchell-Shone is the last person from Mountain City we're going to look at, and he was an American professional baseball player. A left-handed pitcher, he was born in Mountain City, Tennessee, and known as Hard Rock due to his fastball. He is the younger brother of professional basketball player Slim Shone. So Clyde Mitchell-Shone. Next town we're going to look at is Dorton, Kentucky. So we looked at Norton, Virginia. Now we're looking at Dorton, Kentucky. And there are two people we're going to look at, we're going to mention for Dorton, Kentucky. The first is Elisha Justice, who was the 2010 Kentucky Mr. Basketball. And the other is Marlo Tackett, a country music artist. And that was Dorton, Kentucky. Next town we're going to look at is Prestonsburg, Kentucky. And there are 5 people we're going to look at from there. The first is Allison Ball, who was the Kentucky who serves as the Kentucky State Treasurer. Allison Ball. The next one we're going to look at is Burt Combs, who was an American jurist and politician from the Commonwealth of Kentucky. And after serving on the Kentucky Court of Appeals, he was elected as the 50th governor of Kentucky in 1959 on his second run for the office. Let's see. So Burt Combs. The next person we're going to talk about is Boyd Holbrook. And he is an American actor and model. He has appeared in films such as Milk, Out of the Furnace, Run All Night, A Walk Among the Tombstones, and Gone Girl, and starred as a DEA agent, Steve Murphy, in the Netflix series Narcos. Boyd Hancock, or Holbrook, sorry. Boyd Holbrook. Next person we're going to talk about is Greg Stumbo. He is a former Speaker of the Kentucky House of Representatives. A member of the Democratic Party, he served as Kentucky Attorney General from 2004 to 2008 and was the Democratic candidate for the 2019 election for Attorney General. So Greg Stumbo. And the last person we're going to talk about is Janet Stumbo, a former Associate Justice of the Kentucky Court of Appeals and the second woman to ever serve on the court. From 1993 to 2004, she was an Associate Justice of the Kentucky Supreme Court, becoming the first woman elected to that court. Janet Stumbo. And that was Prestonsburg, Kentucky. Last town we're going to take a look at is Hazard, Kentucky. And there are 9 people from Hazard we're going to take a look at. The first one is Red Allen. He was an American bluegrass singer and guitarist known for a powerful tenor voice. And was a member of the Osborne Brothers Band. Red Allen. Harley Allen, better known as Red Allen. So, next person I want to talk about is Sam Smith. He was an American former professional basketball player who played several seasons in the ABA, the American Basketball Association, and one of the first 3 African American basketball players at the University of Louisville. He did play later for the Chicago Bulls. So Sam Smith, he was born in Hazard. Next person we want to take a look at is Mary Lou Turner. She is an American country music artist and began her career as a regular on the Wheeling Jamboree in the early 70s, and in 1974 signed to replace Jan Howard as the girl singer on the Bill Anderson Show. Both his touring show and the syndicated TV series. She was born in Hazard and recorded the #1 song Sometimes with Bill Anderson. Next person we're going to look at is Joe Kraft. Joe Kraft is an American businessman. He is president and chief executive officer of Alliance Resource Partners and third largest co-producer in the eastern U.S. He's also the namesake for the Joe Kraft Center, the University of Kentucky's practice basketball facility. He was born in Hazard. Joe Kraft. Next person we're going to look at is Luann Brizendine. She is an American scientist, a neuropsychiatrist who is both a researcher and clinician and professor at the University of California, San Francisco. She is the author of 2 books, The Female Brain and The Male Brain. She is a Hazard native. She was clinician, researcher, and professor on the faculty at Harvard. But as I already read, she is now at University of California, San Francisco. So, Luann Brizendine. Or Brizendine, I'm not sure how it's actually pronounced. Next person we're going to look at is Daniel Mongiardo. He is an American physician and politician from the Commonwealth of Kentucky. Mongiardo is a Democrat and was the 54th Lieutenant Governor of Kentucky from 2007 to 2011. He has also been a member of the Kentucky State Senate. So Daniel Mongiardo. Next person we're going to look at is Brandon Smith. Give me a moment. I'm waiting for things to pop up because it's thinking. There we go. Brandon Smith is an American businessman from Hazard, Kentucky, who serves as Majority Whip in the Commonwealth of Kentucky Senate, and he is a Republican. Brandon Smith. Next person we're going to look at is Rebecca Gayheart. Rebecca Gayheart is an American fashion model and actress. She began her career as a teen model in the 1980s and subsequently appeared in a student short film by Brett Ratner, with whom she had an extensive relationship. Rebecca Gayheart. Last person we're going to talk about is Batty Winkle. Real name Helen Elam. Is an American internet personality. Elam was born in Hazard, Kentucky. She became an internet sensation at the age of 85. So yeah, Batty Winkle, sorry. But that is everybody we was going to look at today from the towns of Norton, Mountain City, Dorton, Prestonsburg, and Hazard. I will put the links to the pages in the description below the video. These are just all off Wikipedia, so I didn't put any real depth into looking for anything. But as always, educate thyself, think, read, study, learn. Someone tries to tell you something you have trouble believing, ask them to cite their sources. I'll see you all in the next video. Until then, later.